Welcome back. Today we're diving into one of the most popular and exciting series in American coin collecting, the legendary Washington quarter. Many people handle these coins every day without knowing that certain rare dates, mint marks, and conditions can turn an ordinary 25-cent coin into a treasure worth millions of dollars. In this video, we'll explore the most valuable top 5 Washington quarter dollar coins, each carrying a unique mint mark, striking features, and a remarkable demand in the auction market. So sit back, relax, and let's uncover which quarters could bring big money in today's collector world. So let's get started. First up, we're talking about the 1989 Washington quarter dollar with the Denver D mint mark. While at first glance this coin looks ordinary, certain examples, especially rare errors and high-grade pieces, have surprised collectors in the auction market with impressive dollar values. So if you've ever wondered whether that old quarter in your pocket change could be worth far more than 25 cents, stay tuned. This video breaks down everything you need to know about its history, rarity, features, and real collector value. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the coin became a permanent part of U.S. coinage and has remained one of the most widely used denominations in America. By 1989, the Denver Mint was producing massive quantities of quarters for circulating commerce, helping meet the growing demand across the country. Although most 1989 D quarters were struck in huge numbers, making them common in circulation, their historical significance lies in their long-standing role as a tribute to the nation's first president and their position within one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. The 1989 D Washington quarter carries several recognizable design features. On the obverse, you'll find the detailed and iconic bust of George Washington, facing left, with the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year 1989. Just beside Washington's ponytail sits the D mint mark, indicating the coin was minted at the Denver Mint. On the reverse side, you'll see the powerful image of an eagle with spread wings, perched atop a bundle of arrows, surrounded by the inscriptions, "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and the denomination, quarter dollar. The coin is made of a copper nickel-clad composition, giving it a silver-gray appearance that holds up well even after years of circulation. While the standard 1989 D quarter is not considered rare due to the high mintage, certain factors create collector demand. The first is condition coins found in extremely high grades, particularly those preserved almost perfectly with no circulation wear, can command substantial prices because they are incredibly difficult to find. Second, collector demand increases for any major minting errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and wrong planchet errors. These rare mistakes elevate ordinary coins into valuable collectibles. Additionally, since many 1989 D quarters have remained in circulation for decades, finding one in crisp condition becomes increasingly challenging, which drives up interest among numismatists. In circulated condition, a regular 1989 D Washington quarter typically holds slight premium above face value. However, certain pieces have reached impressive amounts at auctions. High-grade examples graded MS-66 or MS-67 by professional grading services have sold from $140,000 depending on eye appeal and demand. Rare error coins can achieve even more significant values. Some dramatic off-center errors or double strike varieties have been known to sell from $150,000, while exceptional major errors have occasionally crossed the $271,000 mark. The true value ultimately depends on rarity, grade, and whether the coin carries a desirable minting mistake. If you want to collect or evaluate a 1989 D Washington quarter, start by examining its overall wear and sharpness. Look closely around the lettering and Washington's hair details to judge whether the coin still retains strong definition. Use good lighting and a magnifying glass to spot error varieties, as even small anomalies can add surprising value. For coins that appear pristine or unusual, consider getting them graded by a reputable grading company to unlock their full auction potential. Always store your coins properly in holders or albums to prevent scratches and deterioration. Finally, stay updated with recent sale prices. Auction markets can fluctuate, and being informed allows you to spot valuable opportunities. The 1989 D Washington quarter dollar may seem like a routine piece of American currency, but the world of numismatics has taught us that even the most common-looking coins can surprise you. With the right combination of condition, rarity, or striking error, this everyday quarter has the potential to rise significantly in value on the collector market. So before you spend your change, take a moment to look closely. You might be holding a miniature treasure worth far more than you expect. Next up, the 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark, especially when found in old, rusty, or heavily circulated condition. Many people come across older coins and assume that damage or corrosion reduces their value to zero, but with certain dates, especially transitional year quarters like the 1968 no-mint mark variety, collectors may still assign impressive value depending on how rare the coin is and how well its details survive. In this video, we'll explore the background of this coin, what makes it stand out, how rare it really is today, and why some collectors are willing to pay far more than face value. Stick around until the end because we'll also cover some helpful tips for anyone looking to buy, sell, or authenticate a coin like this. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, and it quickly became one of the most widely circulated coins in American history. By the time we reached 1968, the United States Mint had already undergone several major changes, including the removal of silver from circulating quarters after 1964. Starting in 1965, quarters were produced using a copper-nickel clad composition, and that remained the standard for decades. What makes the year 1968 interesting is that it marked the return of mint marks on U.S. coins after a brief suspension from 1965 to 1967. Before the pause, mint marks helped distinguish where coins were produced, but during the mid-60s coin shortage, the mint removed them to discourage collectors from hoarding coins. When mint marks returned in 1968, Denver began using the D, and San Francisco continued stamping S on proof coins only. Philadelphia resumed its role as the primary producer of circulation coins but continued its tradition of using no mint mark at all. As a result, any quarter from 1968 that lacks a mint mark originates from the Philadelphia Mint. While this may sound normal, certain surviving examples, especially those in unusual condition or from smaller production batches, have become more desirable over time. The 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark carries several distinctive features that collectors look for. The obverse features the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan, with the word "Liberty" above his profile and the date 1968 positioned below. The phrase, "In God We Trust," sits to the left of Washington's neck. On the reverse side, you'll see the powerful image of an eagle with spread wings, perched atop a bundle of arrows, surrounded by the inscriptions, "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and the denomination, $quarter. The heraldic eagle spreads its wings over a bundle of arrows with two olive branches curling beneath. The absence of a mint mark just above the R in $quarter confirms that the coin was minted in Philadelphia. The coin's composition is the standard clad mixture of copper sandwiched between nickel layers, measuring 24.3 millimeters in diameter and weighing around 5.67 grams. While these details might seem ordinary, subtle variations in strike quality, die wear, or aging patterns, such as rust-like discoloration from environmental exposure, can make each individual specimen unique. In some cases, coins stored in humid or corrosive environments develop surface oxidation resembling rust, which gives the coin a distinctive weathered appearance that may appeal to collectors who appreciate coins with an aged or found treasure look. Although the 1968 no-mint mark quarter is not considered rare in general circulation, certain factors can elevate its desirability. First, while millions were minted, many were heavily used over the decades, and truly well-preserved examples, those with sharp details and minimal wear, have become much harder to find. Second, coins that survive with unique toning, environmental patina, or even rusty-looking surfaces sometimes attract niche collectors who specialize in rarest varieties or naturally aged coins. While traditional collectors prefer perfectly preserved coins, others value the story and character behind a weathered piece, especially when it clearly shows its age without losing all detail. The key for collectors is determining whether the coin remains identifiable, with readable lettering and visible design features. A rusty or heavily toned 1968 quarter can sometimes draw considerable attention if the patina is unusual or visually striking. However, severe corrosion that obscures the design can reduce demand. Rarity is therefore a combination of survival condition, aesthetic appeal, and collector interest in specific types of aging or damage. Market value for a 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark varies significantly depending on grade and appearance. In heavily circulated or rusty condition, the coin generally starts around face value to a few dollars, depending on how strongly collectors respond to its aged appearance. Many buyers appreciate natural oxidation or interesting patinas, and those pieces may sell for $365,000 if they display unique coloration but retain readable detail. In mid-grade circulated condition with less wear, prices often range from $575,000. Higher-grade examples in extremely fine or almost uncirculated condition can sell from $580,000, depending on strike clarity and market trends. Certified, professionally graded examples in mint state can reach even higher values, sometimes crossing the $200 mark. Exceptional specimens with rare toning or unusually strong eye appeal can push the value into premium territory, especially during strong demand cycles in the collector market. Collectors looking to evaluate or acquire a 1968 no-mint mark quarter should pay close attention to the coin's surface condition, focusing on how much detail remains on Washington's hair, the eagle's feathers, and the field surrounding the design. Even when a coin appears rusty or discolored, its underlying structure may remain strong enough to hold value. It is also helpful to avoid cleaning or polishing the coin, as cleaning can strip natural patina and significantly reduce collector interest. If you believe your coin has uncommon toning, unusual coloration, or a particularly strong strike, consider having it evaluated by a professional grading service to verify its authenticity and condition. For buyers, comparing prices across multiple marketplaces, such as auction sites, online numismatic communities, and coin shows can help you determine fair market value before making a purchase. Keeping your coins in protective holders or environmentally safe storage will prevent further degradation and help preserve any natural aging that attracts collectors. The 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark continues to be an interesting piece of modern American coinage, even when found in rusty or heavily circulated condition. Its historical background, distinctive features, and the renewed collector interest in aged or unusually toned coins all contribute to its growing appeal. While not every example commands a high price, the right combination of condition, rarity, and aesthetic qualities can elevate its value far beyond its face worth. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this coin serves as a reminder that treasure can still be found in everyday places, and sometimes even the most weathered coins carry surprising stories and unexpected value. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of American numismatics, focusing on a very special coin. The 1965 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark, in circulated condition. This coin is more than just pocket change. It holds historical significance and has become a rare and sought-after item in the coin collecting world. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, understanding this coin's history, unique features, rarity, and value can provide valuable insights into the broader world of collectible coins. So, let's explore the story behind the 1965 Washington quarter and why it commands attention in today's market. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, it quickly became a staple in American coinage due to its elegant design and representation of the nation's first president. By 1965, the United States was transitioning from silver coinage to clad coinage due to rising silver prices and a shortage of the precious metal. The 1965 Washington quarter is particularly notable because it marked the first year that quarters were produced without any silver content, being made from a copper-nickel clad composition. Unlike previous issues, which carried a 90% silver content, this change was significant in American monetary history. For collectors, the 1965 quarter represents a pivotal moment in U.S. coinage, bridging the gap between traditional silver coins and modern clad coins. The 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark is distinguished by its lack of silver and its copper-nickel composition. Unlike earlier quarters, the coin's edge is a simple reeded pattern without any hidden markings, and the obverse features the familiar profile of George Washington, with the inscription, "Liberty," above and "In God We Trust," to the left. On the reverse side, you'll see the powerful image of an eagle with spread wings, perched atop a bundle of arrows, surrounded by the inscriptions, "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and the denomination, quarter dollar. Eagle with spread wings perched on a bundle of arrows above an olive branch. What makes this coin unique is not only its composition but also the absence of a mint mark, indicating that it was minted in Philadelphia, the nation's oldest and primary minting facility. Even in circulated condition, the 1965 quarter retains strong historical appeal because it represents a turning point in U.S. coinage history. While the 1965 Washington quarter was produced in millions, the version without a mint mark in circulated condition is considered rarer than many realize. Coins that have survived decades of handling, yet maintain recognizable features and minimal wear, are highly prized by collectors. The coin's rarity increases when it exhibits minimal scratches, clear inscriptions, and well-defined relief, even if it has been in circulation. Collectors often seek out these circulated coins because they tell a story of everyday use while still preserving a piece of numismatic history. The combination of age, composition, and absence of a mint mark contributes to a growing demand among collectors, particularly those interested in mid-20th century coinage. As of today, The market value of a 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark in circulated condition varies depending on its grade and overall preservation. In average circulated condition, this coin might sell for a few dollars above its face value, reflecting its appeal as a collectible rather than its intrinsic metal content. However, coins with exceptionally low wear or slight anomalies can command significantly higher prices, sometimes reaching into the $365,000. Rarely, coins that are close to uncirculated or have unique traits such as doubling or striking errors may fetch thousands of dollars in auction markets. The auction market for coins has grown steadily over the years, with collectors seeking pieces that combine historical significance with rarity, making this coin a noteworthy investment for both new and experienced numismatists. For collectors interested in acquiring a 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark, it's essential to carefully inspect coins for wear, scratches, and other imperfections. While circulated coins are more accessible and affordable, selecting pieces with sharper details will increase long-term value. Always verify the coin's authenticity, particularly when purchasing online or at auctions, to avoid replicas or altered pieces. Learning about coin grading systems and familiarizing yourself with typical circulation wear patterns can help make informed purchasing decisions. Additionally, consider storing your coins properly in acid-free holders or coin albums to prevent further wear and preserve their collectible value over time. Collecting coins is not just about ownership but also about appreciating the history and story behind each piece. The 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark in circulated condition is more than a simple coin. It's a tangible connection to a pivotal era in American numismatic history. From its unique copper-nickel composition to its historical significance and collector appeal, this coin continues to intrigue enthusiasts and investors alike. Its rarity, even in circulated form, combined with the active market for collectible coins, makes it a valuable addition to any collection. Whether you're drawn by history, design, or potential value, the 1965 Washington quarter is a small coin with a big story. If you have the chance to acquire one, handle it with care and appreciation, knowing that you're holding a piece of America's monetary heritage in your hand. Next up, we are diving deep into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1973 Washington quarter dollar with the D mint mark. This coin might appear ordinary at first glance, especially to someone casually flipping through change, but collectors know that hidden within its copper-nickel surface lies a story of history, rarity, and potential value. Whether you are a seasoned coin collector or just starting your numismatic journey, this coin is worth learning about because even in rusty condition, it can attract serious attention in today's market. In this video, we'll explore its history, unique features, collector appeal, current market value, and tips for anyone interested in owning one. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, this coin replaced the standing Liberty quarter and quickly became a staple in American coinage. The 1973 issue is particularly notable because it comes from the Denver Mint, indicated by the D mint mark just below the wreath on the reverse side of the coin. The 1970s were a transformative period in U.S. coinage as the country shifted toward mass production, yet the coins from this era, particularly those in unusual conditions or with specific mint marks, have gained attention from collectors. The 1973 D quarter carries with it the legacy of post-war coin production, a period marked by increasing circulation and usage across everyday transactions. The 1973 Washington quarter with the D mint mark is composed of a clad combination of copper and nickel, giving it a durable surface that has allowed many to survive in circulation for decades. One of the most distinguishing aspects of this coin is the mint mark itself. The D for Denver, small and subtle, can sometimes be overlooked but is a key identifier for collectors. Additionally, even in rusty or circulated condition, the coin retains the classic design features: George Washington's profile on the obverse, the inscriptions of liberty, the year of minting, and the motto, "In God We Trust." On the reverse side, you'll see the powerful image of an eagle with spread wings, perched atop a bundle of arrows, surrounded by the inscriptions, United States of America, e pluribus unum, and the denomination, quarter dollar. The heraldic eagle perched on a bundle of arrows with an olive branch conveys strength and peace, a signature element of the series. Rust and toning on the coin can sometimes add to its character, telling a story of decades spent in pockets, drawers, or coin rolls. While the 1973 D Washington quarter is not inherently rare in terms of mintage numbers, coins in specific conditions, especially those with unusual rust patterns, scratches, or circulation wear, are increasingly sought after by collectors. The value of a coin is often determined by its scarcity in a particular condition, and a rusty 1973 D quarter can be intriguing because it represents an authentic, unaltered example of its era. Collectors are often drawn to coins that show a natural patina or signs of age, as they provide a tangible connection to history. Coins that have survived decades in circulation without being polished or artificially enhanced can fetch higher attention and sometimes surprising offers in auctions. So, what is the 1973 D quarter worth today, especially in rusty condition? The value varies widely based on factors such as degree of wear, visibility of the mint mark, and overall eye appeal. A typical circulated 1973 D quarter in average condition might fetch around $245,000, largely because it is not considered extremely rare. However, collectors looking for coins with unique oxidation patterns or distinct surface characteristics may pay a premium, sometimes ranging from $250,000, and in rare cases where the rust forms a visually striking pattern, offers can even go higher in auctions. Uncirculated or professionally graded coins can reach significantly higher values, often exceeding $350,000 or more depending on the grading scale. For collectors seeking to add a 1973 D quarter to their collection, there are a few tips to keep in mind. First, always inspect the coin closely for authenticity and originality. Avoid coins that have been artificially cleaned or altered, as these can diminish value. Second, pay attention to the details of the mint mark and the condition of the coin's high points, like Washington's hair and the eagle's wings, as these areas show the most wear. Third, consider purchasing from reputable dealers or auction platforms that provide clear images and descriptions, especially when looking at coins with unique rust or toning. Finally, storing coins properly in protective holders or albums will preserve their condition and prevent further corrosion or damage, helping maintain their value for years to come. The 1973 Washington quarter with the D mint mark is more than just a piece of change. It is a small but meaningful artifact of American history. Even in rusty condition, it carries a story, a connection to decades past, and potential value for the discerning collector. Understanding its background, unique features, and place in the market can transform a simple coin into a prized addition to any collection. So next time you come across an old quarter in your pocket or drawer, take a moment to inspect it closely. You might be holding more than just loose change. Next up, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. The 1987 Washington quarter with the P mint mark, particularly those in rusty condition. While on the surface it might look like an ordinary coin, for collectors, certain examples of this quarter can hold surprising value. We're going to explore the history of this iconic coin, its unique features, why some rusty coins are sought after, the current market value, and tips for collectors who want to make the most of these rare finds. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about coins, stay tuned because this is one quarter you might want to look at twice. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. coinage since its introduction in 1932, originally minted to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1987, the quarter had long been established as a daily use coin, striking a balance between historical tribute and everyday utility. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P mint mark, the 1987 edition continued the tradition of the obverse featuring George Washington's profile, designed by John Flanagan. During this time, quarters were composed of a copper nickel clad, making them durable for circulation but also prone to certain types of wear and environmental effects over time, including rust spots when exposed to moisture and improper storage conditions. The 1987 Washington quarter with the Philadelphia Mint mark shares the classic design elements with other quarters of the era. But collectors often pay attention to subtle details. The obverse showcases a detailed profile of George Washington, with inscriptions indicating the nation and denomination. On the reverse side, you'll see the powerful image of an eagle with spread wings, perched atop a bundle of arrows, surrounded by the inscriptions. United States of America, e pluribus unum, and the denomination, $quarter. Featuring an eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows and an olive branch, is a hallmark of quarters minted between 1932 and 1998. What makes some coins particularly eye-catching is the presence of natural toning or rust. While rust is usually considered a negative factor in coin collecting, certain patterns, colors, or unique aging can make the coin visually appealing to niche collectors who value character and historical story over pristine condition. While millions of 1987 Washington quarters were minted, coins that have survived in unusual conditions, including rust, can attract collector interest. The rarity of these coins is not necessarily due to limited production but rather the uncommon combination of age, wear, and environmental exposure that creates distinctive markings. Coins with a P mint mark in unusual conditions like rust are not commonly found in everyday circulation, which makes them stand out to collectors looking for something different. The collector demand is often fueled by the uniqueness of these coins rather than traditional mint state quality, demonstrating that rarity is about more than just numbers. It's also about story, character, and the visual intrigue that sets one coin apart from thousands of others. The value of a 1987 Washington quarter with AP mint mark in rusty condition varies depending on the severity and aesthetic appeal of the rust. On average, these coins can range from just above face value to a few dollars for coins with particularly interesting rust patterns or unique toning. In some rare cases where the rust forms distinctive patterns or enhances the coin's appearance, collectors may pay a premium, sometimes reaching $324,000 or more. It's important to note that while these coins are not the highest value quarters, their market appeal comes from their scarcity in specific conditions, making them a fun and sometimes profitable addition to a collection. For those looking to collect 1987 Washington quarters with AP mint mark, the key is patience and attention to detail. When searching through circulation or coin rolls, look for coins with interesting surface patterns, unusual toning, or subtle imperfections that give the coin character. Avoid coins that have been artificially altered or cleaned, as these can significantly reduce value. Proper storage is crucial for preserving the coin's condition, even if it has some rust. Using coin flips, acid-free holders, or protective capsules can help prevent further corrosion while maintaining its collectible appeal. Additionally, learning how to evaluate the coin's visual and historical uniqueness rather than just its numerical grade can give collectors an edge in finding the most sought-after examples. The 1987 Washington quarter with AP mint mark may seem like a common coin at first glance, but for collectors, coins in unusual rusty conditions represent a rare and fascinating niche in the world of numismatics. From its rich history and classic design to the unique appeal of its imperfections, these quarters remind us that coins tell stories far beyond their face value. Whether you're adding it to your collection, hunting for coins with character, or just exploring the market for rare finds, this coin is a perfect example of how history, rarity, and collector curiosity intersect in the world of coin collecting. So, next time you come across a 1987 P quarter with a bit of rust, take a closer look. You might be holding more than just a simple quarter in your hand. Thank you for joining us today, and stay tuned for more deep dives into rare and intriguing coins from around the world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and explore more hidden gems with us in upcoming videos.